Over the past few years, tornadoes have done a lot of damage to the community in the United States. Tornadoes have 5 stages and can get up to 300 miles per hour. And they can destroy a whole city within minutes. For example, in Moore, Oklahoma on May 20th, 2013, it just destroyed the whole community. So what's so strange about this? Well, people could be more cautious about tornadoes. According to the website called ScienceWiz, 1,200 tornadoes happen in the United States a year, which is more than any other country. From the disasters that tornadoes has made me interested in this, has made me want to learn how to protect your family, facts about tornadoes, and how a tornado starts. Having a tornado happen so close and so recent has made me very interested about this spiral cloud that's also known as a tornado, a cyclone, or a twister. According to the Glossary of Meteorology, a tornado is a violently rotating column of air, a pendant from a cumulus cloud, and often but not always visible as a funnel. A tornado is like a hurricane, but an on-land version. There's an area in the United States that's also known as a tornado alley. This area stretches from Texas to Minnesota and is in the Midwest region. In the book Tornado Alley by William S. Burroughs, he says tornadoes are the most common here because it's the region where the most moist air from the Rocky Mountains in Canada, creating intense tornado-producing weather. Some tornadoes may not be visible. You may only see the debris and wind circling, dust at ground level. Finally, tornadoes in themselves. After a few miles, they exhaust themselves. Weather radars, storm chasers are supposed to detect tornadoes and give an advanced warning. Before a tornado, there's a tornado warning. A warning happens when you need to listen to the radio or TV to see what's coming on. When the tornado actually hits the ground or a detector, it's called an advanced warning. But unfortunately, sometimes the warning does not come in time. Tornadoes may strike quickly with no warning. That's why you always need to have your kit prepared at home. In your kit, you need to have at least 3 meals for your family. Signs of danger are dark, hail, low clouds, or a loud roar. The safest place is in the basement, where by no walls, or in the middle of a room. You don't want to have any windows open because debris can fly in, and that's the most intense way of getting hurt. WizKid says, if you're in school, make sure you get in a protective position and make sure you have practiced this position before. If you're in a car, do not try to get out of your car and outrun the tornado. You need to park your car and find the nearest building or get out of your car, but do not go in under a bridge because that increases your risk of getting harmed. The key to surviving is having a plan and being prepared. Preparing your family when a tornado actually strikes your area is what's best. Tornadoes usually start off as thunderstorms, tropical storms, or sometimes even a hurricane that moves from the ocean to on land and quickly turns into a tornado. Each tornado gets scaled from a level 0 to a level 5 using the scale called a Fujita scale. The Storm Prediction Center weather says Dr. T. Theodore Fujita developed a damage scale for winds including tornadoes, which was supposed to relate a degree of damage to an intensity of the wind. The tornado season is usually between March and May, and a tornado is usually to happen between 3 p.m. and 9 p.m. The area that's most hit by tornadoes in the United States is Oklahoma City. That's had more than 100 tornadoes hit. The record for the most tornadoes in a month is in the month of May in 2003, which is 543 tornadoes in just 1 month. No area is safe from tornadoes. According to the National Geographic, nearly 1/3 of all U.S. tornadoes happen in Texas, Oklahoma, or Kansas. The worst tornado in the United States was in 1925, and it was called the Tri-State Tornado. it hit Missouri, Illinois, and Indiana, killing 695 people and traveling 219 miles. The deadliest tornado ever was recorded in the world around 1950, and it killed around 1,300 people in Bangladesh. A website called Stormwave, which is also run by the Missouri government, says that most tornadoes are around 77% are stage 1 through 3, 95% are stage 3 and under, and only 0.1% are stage 5, which are very vicious tornadoes. In Moore, Oklahoma, a town of 55,000 people, a stage 5 tornado hit a few days ago. The tornado was on ground for 17 miles and a tornado lasted 30 minutes. A tornado usually lasts 10 minutes, which shows you how vicious the tornado was. The tornado was a level 4 at first until it was revised to a level 5, which is the highest rating on the scale. On the Live Science website it says, Norman Offut issued a tornado warning 16 minutes before the tornado, which is more than the average of 13 minutes. I never took it serious because I never had been in a tornado. In Oklahoma, there was a tornado shelter under a gazebo whenever I lived in school there. The damage that happened in Moore, Oklahoma is very severe. 2 schools were demolished, and many buildings and houses were also demolished by the tornado. After a tornado, stay indoors until it's safe to come out. If the tornado is bad enough, there will be people that are injured and stuck. Make sure while you're trying to get them out that you don't injure yourself as well. Inspect your home, but be careful of glass sticking out and be careful walking in any structure. Watch for power lines that are down, and if you see any electrical lines that are down, call your utilities immediately. Never use anything with carbon monoxide because that can kill you or give you serious illness if you breathe it in. Always remember to cooperate fully with public safety officials. Tornadoes can do a lot of damage to people, which is why you have to be prepared and have to have a tornado kit ready. Reading all the information about tornadoes has made me more prepared because living in Texas, cities have gotten hit. Now I am more aware and prepared because if it were to happen to Houston, I would know how to react. Even though you may think a tornado cannot happen in your city because it's not in the tornado alley, it can. You always need to be prepared. Tornadoes are more than just a mascot for a high school or a college. They could be life-changing for your family. During a tornado, always stay calm and be prepared, and remember your tornado safety. Now, time for the question and answer.
Why did you decide on the topic for this class?
I decided on tornadoes because after 6 days ago when the tornado hit Moore, it really made me interested in tornadoes, and I never knew anything previous to this assignment.
Have you ever been in a tornado?
No, living in Oklahoma for a year, there was never a tornado there, so I've never been in one.
Did you know anyone that was affected in the Moore tornado?
My aunt was affected. Luckily, her house was not blown away, but her car was, and she had a lot of damage, but the house is still intact.